All right. Welcome to another episode of the Thumb Strong podcast. Today I'm joined as always by Barry and Bethany.
Morning.
How are we doing?
Good idea.
Great. Today is an exciting one for me because I have some questions for you guys about your journey or experience, memories with TH Fitness. Today we're going to be kind of reflecting on the journey over the last 9 years to celebrate the 9-year anniversary of TH Fitness, which I guess it'll be technically in 2 more days. August 1st, 2017, when I took over the gym. So we want to just kind of reflect on the years and specifically over the last year because we did do an 8-year anniversary. What's changed over the last year? But I'm excited because I threw in some questions for you guys to answer, and I want to hear you guys answer over your journey. So basically, yeah, like I said, August 2017 is when I took over the gym. So we want to talk about kind of how it started and then all the improvements and changes and memories and stuff like that. So, Bethany, if you want to kick off with the first one.
For you, if you could share a little bit like what it looked like in 2017 when you first took things over, what your vision was, what your early days were like. So just like what do you remember most about taking over the gym?
Yeah, so I started January 2016 as a trainer for Ryan Pritchett, who owned the facility. And so when I first took it over, I was doing personal training and fit camps. The turf was all baseball and softball batting cages. The area where all the bench press and the leg press and the squat racks are, that was our group training area. Where we did some group classes, and then the machine room now was the whole gym. And there was a lot less equipment, let's put it that way. It was all yellow. Everything was like yellow and gray. But yeah, taking it over, I just remember I was super excited because my dream was coming true of owning a gym. I had set the goal to own a gym by the time I was 30, and I was 23 at the time. Taking over the gym, so that was a dream come true, and I had a lot of plans to immediately start to expand it. I think within the first month we busted out the hole in the wall and expanded the gym into the other room, and we renovated this room over here. That was our group fit room, which now it's like our beginner strength room, we call it. So yeah, we did a lot of changes right away in that first year. I remember I lost 15 pounds like the first 2 months I took over the gym because I was here about 14 hours a day every day doing stuff. So yeah, it was a lot different for sure.
And then our first impressions for Barry. You want to go first?
Oh, so I was here when it was Thumb Elite, and so I got to see. Pretty much I got to see from what it was then to what it is now, which is really cool. Like I would get baseball lessons before you even were a trainer, I would get baseball lessons from Pritchett. And so seeing it, like how much work that you've put into it and that we've helped put things up and take things down, so they take the cages down and stuff like that. So my first impression of the gym was awesome that we had this in this area because there's nothing really like this that's close by. And so like I played a lot of baseball obviously, and having that at my advantage was nice, but I never really used it that much. I'd get a couple lessons from Pritchett here and there, but other than that was it. And then it became more of a gym, and then that's when I started using it a lot more. Was then like you were talking about this the other day, how like the first class you did with high school athletes meeting like the other guys, and then the girls started joining too, and then it turned into more of like a CrossFit thing, and then we started doing competitions, and then now we're kind of a little bit away from CrossFit, but still it's like the ebbs and flows of it was really cool to see how it started as baseball and now it's more training. But yeah, that was definitely really cool to see the growth of it.
Yeah, so how old were you
when I first started training with Ryan? I was probably 10 or 11, When I started training with you, I was probably 13,
Yeah.
14.
Half your life, you.
Half my life I've been here, yeah.
Just a little tight.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, when I first came, it was, let's see, in 2020, so just after the COVID era. I'd say first impressions, yeah, kind of similar to like Barry's of, like it was cool to have a place like this in this area, because I came specifically looking for CrossFit, and I was recommended by a guy that was like a state cop over here in Sandusky. So I was like, oh wow, it's like cool that, you know, it's in this area. There's not anybody who does all of the like personal training and group training like we do here. So that was my like main first impression. And
Yeah, because you drove 35 minutes for a long, long time.
yeah,
So it's not like it was super close or convenient
Right.
at the time either.
yeah. So that was I had a lot more time on my hands too. Living at home. Yeah, so that was, I would say that's my biggest first impression of just like the different atmosphere of it. It's definitely cool to have something, especially in that time, like fresh out of like COVID, where like there was groups of people like getting together and doing things, and being part of that was really cool.
We kind of took you right under our wings, like as
Pretty much, yeah.
As soon as like a girl walked in and was interested in CrossFit, and there was like 4 of us doing CrossFit, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, cool.
They're
And
like, yeah, come work out with us.
yeah,
I'm
so
like,
then
okay.
she pretty much immediately started working out with us, and then we had a little crew like with you and Barry and Martin and me and Katie and
Yep,
Riley.
back in the day.
Yep, that was fun. Yeah,
Before the rig.
yeah, we had the
The 2 platforms.
we had the 2 little half platforms, and then remember that rig I had bolted up in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Our first rig, which was just 2 squat racks with 4 pull-up bars around it. It was a little
Yeah, I
shaky.
fell off that thing once. That was not fun.
All right. Section 3, how the gym has changed over the years. So obviously, you know, our team has changed a lot,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of different equipment. We've changed a lot of the services and, the layouts and stuff like that. What has been the biggest change since you guys have first started here?
I would say how much is, what's what I'm looking for? How much, if you're a client, how much you can actually get at the gym. Like when I first started here, it was really only like personal training, group training, but then everyone else, not a lot of people did personal training and group training. So now there's so many different packages you can get. We have the InBody scan. There's personal training, group training, a whole bunch of different classes. So I would say what you can get as a new incoming client.
Yeah, just like the amount of services,
Yes.
different programs.
That and just like the gym in general, I feel like has changed a lot. Like especially when you took down the batting cages, because that was, I don't remember how long it was rough for when I first came, but I remember that was a project when you guys took all like the cables down and that, and it just like opened up the whole space, and it was like, oh okay, this isn't just like a training facility that turned into a gym. Like it looks more like a gym now. Yeah, and just like then getting the full rig set up and everything, like definitely tailoring it more to like the CrossFit aspect, but then again like CrossFit's still functional fitness, so worked into everything that's been grown into, and it can accommodate all different types of people, whether they want to do high rocks or they want to do powerlifting or CrossFit or strongman or bodybuilding or whatever. It's like it just kind of a jack of all trades gym.
Yeah.
Yep.
No matter what training you want to do, we have it all here. So.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades, Jim.
Yeah.
Yep. I like that. Let's see. What is something we have today that would have seemed hard to imagine in the earlier years? Might be a good question for me.
Yeah, maybe that's a better question for you.
I would say, kind of to go off of what Barry had said, like just all the different services and offers that we can have, and like with the nutrition and the InBody, and the transformation, like now medical wellness, that's all stuff that I never even thought of really in the beginning. I mean, I did a little bit of nutrition coaching, but not to the extent of like having the Trainer Eyes app and all the resources and stuff, and that really come from just all the different education that we went through and the mentorships, all the stuff that I learned from other people and that we've done over the years. So I couldn't really, hard to imagine that stuff in the earlier years.
Yeah.
It was just focused on the training really in the earlier years.
Yeah. The GLP, like the medical wellness programs, are definitely wouldn't have imagined that.
No. I don't think anybody saw that coming over the last,
Not
5
really.
years ago even.
Which, yeah, I mean, I guess those drugs are around, but they weren't really used for that purpose. So, yeah, that's the biggest thing. And Bluetooth access to the gym.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
That was cool.
I would say the rig. I have videos of myself like lifting in that back corner without the rig there when I was in high school, and like now looking at it, I was like, oh wow, like we have it like 6 squat racks in the turf now, which is great.
Yeah, the turf is transformed like crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Every time I show people around that are new, and I show them the turf, they're like, oh wow, they don't expect how big it is.
Yeah.
And how
I
much
think
stuff is in there.
95% of people that could walk in, like, oh wow, this is way bigger than I thought. Especially when you so you go through the gym and then you come into the turf and their eyes kind of like, holy cow, this is really big. And then you continue back to here and you show them like the InBody and the tanning and then the beginner strength, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is huge.
They're like, it's never ending.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, that's cool. We've had some improvements since last year. So we had a lot of awesome upgrades over the last couple of years, especially. But some of the ones that we've done since our last anniversary have been the upgrade of the InBody. So going from the older InBody to the new one, and the InBody Touch, the big screen that displays people's results. The partnership with AstraMed that allows us to basically offer GLP-1 or medical wellness programs for people that qualify. Basically, they partner us with physicians, which is really cool. So that way we can combine the training and nutrition and the medicine to help people get better results. Added a few pieces of equipment to the group area, so we got like more dumbbells, another rack. We got we put the
kettlebell rack,
lat pull down in here. We put the kettlebell rack Joe made. We got the back extension. In the gym, we got a new leg press. We've gotten a lot of good feedback on that. People are really excited about the new leg press. We also have seen a massive increase in our SilverSneaker and One Pass, like Medicare. A lot of retirees are coming in to work out, which I love to see because, it's really important for them to maintain strength, and also I think they just like it for the social aspect. They get to get out of the house for a little while and get a workout in, and they get to see 9 out of 10 people, they know somebody else in the gym, so they kind of have a social hour as well. So that's like I would say doubled at least this year. I mean, we've got way more of the Medicare and the SilverSneakers clients. More of the retirees that are coming in to strength train, which I love to see.
Last summer when I was here, I never would get any calls about that, and now every day I probably get a call about it.
Yeah, we do get a lot more. Our group training has really grew and stayed very consistent this year, which is fantastic. That's the heartbeat of our community, is the group and personal training. So I love seeing that big. Yeah, in the summer we've held really strong with keeping everybody going. So that's been really, really nice as well. A few different improvements. So some questions for you guys. What improvement from the past year has made the biggest impact on our clients, do you think?
In the past year.
Since last August.
Probably just the InBody Touch, like upgrading the InBody. I think people have been more interested in it, and then you can break it down more clearly, the changes that people can see. Yeah, from all those highlights, I would say that one would be the biggest impact.
Yeah.
For me, it's hard to say because I'm only here a couple months out of the year with school and everything. But even when I come back and I see all the new stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's new, like, that's sweet. But I would also agree with Bethany, probably the InBody scan,
Yeah.
or the medical wellness. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest one.
Yeah, that's a big one for sure. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think just the client experience itself. So like Bethany and I actually, we do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So like, okay, how can we actually make sure people have a great experience, and like how can we keep them coming and keep them engaged? And so like between the ascension board and the shirts and the level ups and the scans and all the little wins and all the processes from kind of the start of their journey throughout, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of tracking and stuff like that. Bethany's kind of taken over that role of making sure people are getting rewarded and getting their shirt and leveling up and stuff like that. So between doing the scans, with our training clients every month and our group clients, we try to do it every quarter for those that want it.
Yeah.
And giving people a free shirt every time they level up, like that stuff has, I think, really made a big difference. And I think that's why we have such big group classes right now, is because we've been able to keep and maintain a lot of them and add more to it.
Yeah. People do really like the shirts.
Yeah. And the shirts are like comfy.
They're
They're
nice,
freaking
yeah.
awesome.
That's what people will say.
People wear them outside the gym, which is
Yeah,
exactly
I've
what
seen
we
a lot,
want.
yeah.
Yeah, because they're comfortable. So, what area of growth from this year are you most proud of or excited about? I would say probably what I just said.
Pretty much. I was going to say, I was like,
Yeah.
there's not really much to add for that one, but yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess we can go into segment
Yes.
5 then. Client transformations. So, you want to go over this one?
Yeah, let's see, what client transformation or accomplishment has stayed with you the most?
Yeah, we're going to have to think about this one.
Yeah. Just think.
Yeah.
I'd say there's like a current client that, even though it's more like short term and it's not huge like weight loss transformation, but it's the physical abilities that have been gained through working with this person. I'd say that's like the cool thing, because it's like, oh, like they can walk better, and like this little everyday things are easier, like that's more so like the cool, like yeah, it's great when people do lose a large amount of weight and like they look better, they feel better, all that kind of stuff, but it's like regaining the little things, because it's like you don't realize that you lost it.
Yeah. I think I may know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And then like there's been other people too of like, and I just think back to when I broke my leg, and like the worst thing about it, it wasn't that like I wasn't worried about like gaining weight or anything like that. I was worried about like, what concerned me the most was not being able to do things that I used to be able to do, like no problem, like taking a shower by myself, like that was so hard, and it's like basic things that you're like, oh, I can't just like roll out of bed and get out of bed, like I have to do all these things, or like getting in the car, and so it's like taking that and looking at certain people that have had changes like that, where they're like, oh yeah, like this is way easier than it used to be, or they do a bunch of housework or yard work, and they're like, yeah, this used to hurt my back, and now it doesn't. So, little things like that, I would say, is more so the changes.
I'm newer. Like this is still technically my first year of being a personal trainer, so I don't really have any of my clients that stick with me. I thought about the group of ladies that you train, like seeing them when they first came in and seeing them now, and how much like weight loss and strength gain that they've had.
Oh, yeah.
That one's probably stuck with me.
Well, what accomplishment would you say sticks out to you from the people that you have worked out with?
I have
or
worked out with.
transformation or accomplishment?
Definitely strength gain. I train a lot of athletes, high school athletes, and that like strength gain and being comfortable in the gym is probably a big one, because they come in, they're kind of they've never been in a public gym before, and they're kind of scared and don't want to talk, but then I start seeing them more often, they get more comfortable.
Right. Yep. I'm trying to think of, because there's a lot of different people that come to mind. I think one that sticks with me the most, like, for example, if somebody was a little worried about the gym, or like if I had to use somebody as an example for the gym, I like to refer to Bill a lot, because Bill was like somebody that had a heart attack and then completely changed his life around, and now he's like one of the fittest people in the gym at 56 years old. And so it's just like, it proves a couple of different points. One, like, you can start at any age, even if you're dealing with some health issues and stuff, you can still turn it around and come back from that and stuff like that. So it's just like, and he really sets the bar for like what's possible. Like, you can really get fit even in your 50s, Like, a lot of people think that once they hit 40, they can't get super fit, and he's kind of proven that wrong. So I like to recognize Bill just for all the accomplishments that he's had, and he completely switched his life around from over the last 7 years. So there's a lot, but that's always one that stays with me, and I use him as an example quite a bit. So. This one should be fun. So, favorite memories and workouts. So, we do a lot of events. We've done a lot of competitions together. We've done a lot of different workouts. What is your favorite TH Fitness memory or event?
I love the Murph. The Murph is a great one to get the community involved. It's a really hard workout for any level that you are. But for me, it would probably be when we were doing CrossFit and we did Battle of the Boxers and all the group competitions. Those ones are really fun, and they're hard. And it's just a good environment, like all of us working together as a team, and we were training together at that point too. So that one for me was a lot of fun.
I probably would have actually said that as well. It's the Battle of the Boxers event. Because it's like everybody was just like training together. It was a good event. We were very close to winning.
Mm-hmm. And we were traveling together too.
I was deathly sick. Not deathly, but I was like sick bad.
she had like, didn't you have the...
I put like Vicks in my
Vicks,
nose.
right? She was like so in between events, like huffing Vicks.
I was, and because I think I had like some sort of infection because I was like taking antibiotics. Like I went the night before our competition to go and get antibiotics.
Jeez.
I was
still showed up, still did well too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somehow. I don't know. Pulled it out of somewhere.
Yeah.
But that was rough. But it just kind of goes to show you like you can mentally push past a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, physically, your body's able to do it.
Yep. Yeah, I would have to agree as well. I think I just realized my microphones aren't on for this computer. Hopefully the computer's got sound.
Oops.
I could probably turn it on. Yeah. I got the computer just fine. It's the microphones that we're okay, well, maybe it'll switch, but mine would probably be when we were doing all the competitions and stuff and training together. I do miss that the most, when we would get together and train together a lot. That was a lot of fun for sure. And then the competitions were a lot of fun as well. Mm-hmm. I remember that event specifically because I remember like I hit like a 245-pound snatch with overhead squat complex.
Oh yeah.
And then that was when I had was that the front squat one?
No, that was a different competition.
Oh, okay, that was a different one. That one was a lot of fun though, because I looked at Barry and I'm just pumped right up, and I look at Barry and I'm like, should I just throw all the way down there? He's like, do it. So I just, because they only had so much weight available, and it was 320 pounds, and I hit the front squat, but I didn't rack it.
And then they didn't count it.
Yeah.
That was a bummer. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. I do miss kind of training together like that as a big group, and we'd meet on Saturday mornings and train with everybody, because a lot of times during the week we couldn't get Riley and Jared with us and stuff, but on the weekends we could always get a big group.
Yeah.
So those are the best. What workout do you think our members will never let us forget?
Everyone always talks about the Murph.
Yeah.
How difficult it is.
I'm trying to think if there's like a workout we've done that,
Like in classes?
yeah, people.
They hate the API,
Oh yeah,
the interval power intervals. I
Yep.
think that's one that nobody ever forgets.
and lactic tolerance.
Yeah.
Not as bad for the lower
API is
levels.
still worse.
API is bad.
API is the worst.
Yep.
That's-
All right.
Yeah.
What have we learned? Okay, so we're. What has coaching at TH Fitness taught you about people? Good question.
A lot of things. Let's see.
I'd say meeting people where they're at in their fitness journey.
Yeah.
Not pushing them, but not expecting them to be a top lifter or a top athlete or anything like that. Just kind of, like I said, meeting them where they're at and then getting better from there.
I just said, well, yeah, just like different approaches for different people. And like aside from the like workout part, but more so like different personalities and kind of learning different social aspects of that. Of like certain people needing to be talked to and like interacted with a certain way, other people being a certain way, and just kind of like learning all the different like personalities that are out there. And everybody has a story. Everybody's got something interesting. Just gotta get them to talk about it.
I think after coaching hundreds of people, there's a lot of people that don't believe in themselves, and a lot of people come in and they think that they can't do this, they think they can't do that, and they talk about all these limitations or something, restrictions or something. And what I've also learned is that at the same time that they don't believe that they are capable of something, or they don't believe in themselves, that they can do more than they ever thought. So it's kind of cool because they literally like prove to themselves that they are capable of more than they think they are.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing I've learned about people, is that we're all capable of more than we think we are. Like, if we really buckle down and just put in the work and do it.
Just have to push past it.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things, you know, that I recognize about myself, is I believe in people more than I just believe in people. Like, more than myself, even sometimes. Like, you know, there's athletes, you know, when I was training with Martin, I just thought, I was like, this kid is literally the freaking craziest athlete I've ever seen. Like, there's nothing that this kid can't do, you know. Same with like Barry, when he was just putting in all the work and stuff, and it's just like, in Bethany with her knowledge, it's like there's nothing Bethany can't learn or something like that. So yeah, that would be the biggest thing. What is something you believe a coach, you believe or coach differently today than when you first started coaching?
Less macros.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the fitness space is very centered around macros, and so now it's like coaching it more towards like, all right, what can we add to the diet instead of like so focused heavily on tracking. It's like that's not the first go-to. It's a good tool, and I do believe it should be used when needed, but it's like if you can get somebody results without them having to track, it's like do that first.
Yeah.
Then if somebody, like I just did a scan with somebody not that long ago, they were making good results, and then they were like, it's been kind of slow the last however many weeks, and I was like, you know, I'm doing doing what I should be doing, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, hey, just start tracking, even just like a few days a week, like just to see where you're at, et cetera, and then they came in and they were like, yep, the tracking did it, that solved it. Because then they realized either they were eating more than they thought they were, or not enough protein, or et cetera, so just, not as, like, calorie and macro focused, more of, like, do the habits first, and then use it as kind of, like, the next level step to it.
Yep.
I would say that thinking that everyone could do the normal exercise, like everyone could bench press. That was a really hard one for me to figure out, and especially when I started getting clients who had injuries or past injuries and they're still recovering. Like, not everyone can lay down on a bench because it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
And so thinking about that and thinking that the only win technically is losing weight and going up in strength.
Yep.
Like, there's way more wins in that. So
that's good. Those are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so meeting people where you're at. I think every single trainer has to learn that in the beginning. That's something that, like, that I do differently from when I first started was, shifting from, okay, I need to, like, get this person good results, and I need to create, like, the best possible workout for them to do for the days that they're coming in, and really more or less focus on getting them to enjoy it and like it, and having a little bit more fun with the sessions and with the coaching. Because if they have fun, if they enjoy it, they're going to stick with it longer. And at the end of the day, they're going to get better results long term than necessarily giving them, like, the best possible workout. Not to say that we don't give them good workouts, but it's more or less meeting them where they're at, making sure they're starting out at the right intensity, and almost making it a little too easy at first so that they're not, like, super, super sore and they don't want to come back in and stuff like that. So when somebody new joins our group, it's really hard with the group because we've got clients that have been coming for 5+ years and they're the kind of veterans, and then you're adding new people to that. Well, obviously the veterans have progressed over 5+ years and they're at a certain level. So when new people come in, you really gotta meet them where they're at and make sure that they don't do anything that they shouldn't be doing. And I've noticed that when we introduce them and have, like, kind of find a little buddy for them to work out with, that really helps a lot and improves the experience and stuff. So those would be what I try to focus on differently from when I first started. Looking ahead to the future, what are you most excited about going into year 10?
I would say the addition.
If that ever happens. Oh, the Port St.
Oh, yeah.
That is happening.
Oh, yes. I would say the gym going up in Port St. Mike, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Growing into different areas, trying to expand health and fitness in the thumb. That's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's definitely a big one. I had a thought. I had one in my head, but I can't remember it. What was it? It was, I would say, like, the depths of people that have been here the longest. And of, like, seeing how they continue to grow. You know what I mean? Like you said, with, like, Bill and, like, the long-term members. And then, with the different expansions with, like, the medical wellness and things like that are helping them. I'm curious to see how they change and how it impacts them, since that'll be more still kind of fresh as far as the medical wellness program. Yep. So we'll get to see just, like, what that does over the next year.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, I would agree. I'm excited about the new facility. Also very nerve-wracking. I'm excited to see the expansion and development of the medical wellness. We've got a handful of clients going through it, but it's still kind of in, like, the almost trial phase. Like, we're seeing great results, but we're curious to see how those long-term results play out and how much better or more likely somebody can achieve their goal and keep it compared to not doing the training and nutrition with the GLP-1 and stuff like that. So it is a lot of fun to see, and we are excited about it.
I have another one.
Okay.
Controversial to us, but seeing more high schoolers in the gym.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, there wasn't a lot of high schoolers that would come and work out.
Yep.
They're kind of scared of it, or they thought, oh, it didn't work, or all the excuses they would make. But I like seeing the high schoolers come in and they want to be better athletes.
That's good.
It's cool.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. What should never change about TH Fitness, no matter how much it grows?
I would say
The vibe.
that and how much we care for our clients. How much we want to see. We want to see them be better people, and not only like in the gym but outside of the gym too, be healthier and show up for their families.
Yep. Yeah, I would say I would love to see, and I wouldn't want it to change, is just the community aspect and the tightness of the group and the vibe, like you said, like just making sure everybody's there. It's almost like a friendship. It's like a family.
Yeah.
Keeping that kind of family tight knit community as we continue to grow. We want to make that bigger, not diminish it by expanding too much to too many different areas. Hopefully, like with the 2 locations, I think it'd be really cool to kind of bring it together if we do our events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, final question. In one sentence, what does TH Fitness mean to you?
Oh wow.
I could do one word.
Okay.
Growth.
I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at athletically and as a person without TH Fitness.
That's pretty good. Well, for me, it means everything, because I think I was put on this earth to do this, and specifically in our area, help the people in our community. It's my duty.
Your duty.
Cool. All right. That should do it. I'm not sure if there's audio for everybody that was live, but thank you for tuning in anyways, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.